Well, as sometimes will happen with making videos, you have technical problems. I lost most of my audio in this. It does pick up in the end part of the video, so at least I saved some. Got up early in the morning, took the truck up, and what you're seeing right here is me getting out of the truck, obviously before the sun comes up. Gonna try and find a spot to glass these deer that I spotted yesterday about 3 or 4 miles away. Plan is this time is to get in right on top of them, or at least best I can. This is the area that I spotted them in. What I find when doing this so far away is when I get close, the terrain seems to change a little bit. So I'm going up here and I'm making my best guess as to where I should be going to get on top of these deer. My theory is they're going to come up and across the ridgeline the same place as they did last time. So I'm trying to get to that spot, get set up for some good filming. Just heading up to the spot now, kind of assessing the terrain, looking for places I can get set up where I can stay hidden the best I can. If I remember correctly, this is where I'm talking about looking at the land. From far away, it actually looks very, very flat. But once you get in there, there are a lot of undulations to the terrain. So places that I thought I could go or wanted to go doesn't give you good visibility. I'm pointing that out right here. So this is a spur ridgeline that comes off the main ridgeline. I can't see on the other side of that. My fear was that they come on the other side of that ridgeline and then I won't be able to see them at all and they're doing their thing and I miss the shot. So essentially what I'm doing here is just continuing that search to find a good place to set up that gives me maximum visibility. I finally pick a spot. It's actually up this hill that you're looking at right there. And I sit down. And as I'm doing this, I look over behind me and this doe and fawn are watching me. So I sit down, let them calm down a little bit because I didn't want to spook them and then have those guys spook other deer that might be in the area. One thing about these two is they will come into play a little bit later and helping me find a big, nice 4-point. So I finally located the herd that I was after, that I originally spotted about 3 or 4 miles away. So these guys are up near the ridge line, so I'm just eyeballing them. I've got the, or shortly here, I will get the phone scope out, put it on my spotting scope, and I'm looking for those buck. This is where I go full ninja mode, just in case some get up on top of me. I just want to be down and hunkered as well as I can. I'm trying to hide in the rocks. You can see the rocks aren't big. I wouldn't call them big boulders, but trying to tuck down in the weeds as best I can to stay hidden. So I do have a buck, did spot him. At this point, I didn't know what he was. I'm guessing a little 4-point. I think he turns out to be a 3x4, but he's that one on the left. He's got his head down, so it's hard to see his antlers. There you go. You can see him a little bit right there. Get the phone scope out. I get up on that buck a little bit better so I can see him. He's a good sized little buck. I mean, I was happy. I was like, oh, good. I actually got into some buck. I'm glad I got to at least see one. So I'm watching him for a little bit, watching him browse and watching what he's doing with his ladies. Just overall trying to get a sense of what they're doing, behaviors, and just enjoying it, really. Now this shot, you can see my eyes right there. They go wide. Why? Because I just spotted an enormous buck. The more I look at him, he is the biggest buck I have ever seen. So here he is. I've got the phone scope on him again. He's just enormous. He's got at least 6 to 7 points. I don't know if they'd each be counted as an individual point or cheaters or whatever they're called. But at least 6 or 7 on one side, at least 5 or 6 on the other, as best I can tell from the video. It's not great video because he's so far away still. At this point, probably about 400 to 500 yards away. But this guy, man, I just love filming him, man. This was an awesome experience. I just couldn't believe how big this guy is.
That is a big buck. That's probably one of the biggest bucks I've seen. That is awesome. I might see if I can get closer, but I'm playing it by ear right now.
I wanted him to give me some really good shots, but he just kind of kept browsing like you see now, and he's just keeps on heading up the hill with his butt end facing me. That is a big boy, is what I said right there. This is just me talking about how big this guy is and how fun it was to see him. Going back into full ninja mode here. I think at this point I've been watching him for some time. And the big guy, he actually gets up and he goes back down the other side of the ridge. So I lost him. I didn't see him bed down because he went and disappeared. So I'm deciding to move here to see if I can get a better vantage point. And as I do so, this is where my audio kicks back in.
So that buck I'm looking at right now, he's the one that was 200 yards from me. He was chasing that doe and that fawn that came up next to me. That was awesome. I'm going to turn back now, but that was nice big old 4-point, little 4-point, and that big boy. Oh man, that was so cool. I never did see him again. We'll have to see about coming back out here again, but gosh, man, that is awesome. I think what really makes this trip fun is that, I mean, the peak, I was way over there when I spotted these guys. So today came up, found them again. That's cool. That is really, really cool. I'll see if I can't come out and find him again. I'll have to look into the hunting this land, but to be honest with you, I don't think you can. I think this is a non-hunting area. But for me, it's still fun to come up, glass them, watch them, learn the behavior, play the wind. I mean, this is just all knowledge in my toolbox, so to speak.